Prosperity Team. This is Dr. Money, your professor of prosperity, coming to you from the prosperity corner of the universe where silliness is sacred and nobody's perfect. I want to talk today about prosperity alchemy. Now, what is alchemy? If we go back and look at the meaning of alchemy in terms of what the Greeks said, alchemy was about turning base metals into gold. In other words, turning lead into gold. But if we go back further into the study of alchemy, the word comes from an Egyptian word. And you know, the Greeks and the Egyptians had a lot of they had a lot of coordinated history and a lot of coordinated mystery. And in Egypt, the word alchemy came from the word that meant black. And that black was the soil that surrounded the Nile River. And so when you planted something in that black soil, then it grew up and it was lush. And so alchemy was about planting something and having it grow up lush. And how does alchemy apply to us? It applies to us in terms of prosperity alchemy because when we plant something in the soil of our lives and we plant it in rich soil, then it grows up and it grows well. But if we plant it in poor soil, of course, it either dies or it doesn't grow up at all. So it is what we have to do is that we don't have to know everything about everything, but there are some things that it's helpful to know, and that is, for example, how everything works. We're not going to just plant something in the soil, the black soil. We're going to plant everything we think in a field of energy. And everything we think is probably not original. When I say it's probably not original, I mean it's probably been thought before. If we have a word that we're thinking, like the word is prosperity, well, how many times has that word been thought, spoken, written? Hundreds and hundreds of times. And whenever there's a word that is thought, when it's spoken and it's written many, many, many times, it begins to take on this power. And so if we contemplate on the word, we join into an energy field that is larger than just the word. But we have to open our eyes and ears. For those who can hear, their ears will be open. For those that can see, their eyes will be open. But it takes a contemplative energy. We have to be quiet. We have to be still and enter into the field of prosperity, enter into the archetype of prosperity to begin to experience what it really is in our minds, our hearts, and how it pictures in our lives. So just think about it. Take a word, a very prosperous word, if I might say, like the word abundance, the word fortune, the word wealth, the word abundance, even the word money. And just choose a word and spend some time with that word, contemplating it, meditating on it, even becoming it, instead of I'm this and the word is this. What about if the two are married? That's called the mystical marriage, when you marry two things, something in form and something in spirit. And so if we take that and we meditate on it, we marry it, we become it, then we begin to learn something or experience something or have a deep wisdom and knowledge that is way beyond the surface mind. It is way beyond the events. It's like we enter into the very source of prosperity, the source of well-being, rather than have our minds intellectually deal with that thing. So the word prosperity has a template in the universe, and that template is a pattern of perfection. And if we can meditate on that, contemplate that, become that, then we enter into a perfection of this word. What is your word? What would you like to become? What word would you like to marry? What word would you like to teach you? Pick that word. Contemplate on that word. Meditate on that word. Become that word. Let it teach you. There's something very mysterious. There's something much deeper than anything that I'm saying right here, because I'm saying words. This is not really a technique. This is something that we immerse ourselves into. And it informs us in such a powerful way that we walk away from the experience a new person. We are born again into a new consciousness of prosperity when we walk this way, straight into the heart, straight into the source of prosperity. Now, this is Dr. Money, and let's take a few moments to join into our mastermind circle of well-being, because whenever people join together with a thought, then that thought becomes powerful, and it's like giving us wings so that we can fly into the realization of that which we speak, that which we say, and that which we pray in the mastermind. So breathing in, I breathe in my good, and as I exhale the good for all. Breathe in to receive, exhale to give. This is Dr. Money. I want you to remember one thing for sure, and that is that I love you. Drink it into your heart. It's an archetype. It's much more than the words that I'm saying. It's a power. It's an energy. Take that, wear it, imbibe it, live it, drink it, and it becomes true for you. I love you is not just something I'm saying. It's the universe speaking to you.